Okay, here we go again. We're going to replace a Schlage Hotel Function D85 lock on a staff restroom. These are probably the worst lock for us to have to use. This one's still working, but it's been on there a long time. So we're going to replace it with the alarm lock, or trilogy alarm lock, DL4100. Digital lock, key bypass. Here's the stickers that go on it and the instructions. Here are all the parts that come in the package. You have the new latch and the back plate and battery pack. The great thing about battery packs is you can replace the batteries. Unscrew that, pull the cap off, put looks like 5 batteries in it, and reprogramming. You don't have to reprogram it when you change the battery, but the batteries have lasted years from when I was in. Okay, let me set up to start taking it off and putting a new one on. Okay, let's start taking this lock apart. Let's remove the cylinder. Easier to do when it's on the door. Now, this version of the D85 is better. With the newer ND is awful. If that cylinder's out, when you go inside and push the button, it pushes this indicator out, which blocks keys from going in. Problem is, you're only supposed to push the button, but this teacher's going to turn it. And when you turn it, I don't know how they do it, but they do it. When they turn it, it doesn't release when the door closes, so you lock everybody out of the bathroom. But it's supposed to be vertical, the hole. So when you push the button and the door closes when you leave, it unlocks. Drives me nuts. This one has a castle nut back here. There is a castle nut tool. There it is. This is a castle nut tool. It's got a castle nut in there. I'll show you. Oops, dropped discussion cover. This is threaded, so well, that's on there. Always take this off before loosening the screws, or it puts it on a vine. Looks like a castle nut. It's all the castle nut. Don't need it. These are actually weren't too bad until they turned the button. And then to try to get in, they beat the cylinder in and pry the latch back. Nightmare for maintenance. Nightmare. Ooh, got an issue. Push plate. What to do, what to do, what to do. I guess I'm going to have to remove it because it's going to be in the way of the lock that comes all the way up to here.
Is it working?
Okay, well I've loosened this, gotten this out of the way. Gotta use the template here. High side of bevel is usually the exterior. The light's bright enough from the outside. You kind of line it up. Okay, so I got the template mocked up. I'm going to tape it on there. Drill here, drill here, drill these two. So they got on the inside, the cables have to go through, and they're gonna go through this plate, which will be like right there. But you need room to run the wires through. So let's start mocking these things up. Feel around here. There's the lock hole. And there's these are the two through bolts that exist already. easy in a bit. Get them started with. Okay. Gotta take my little file from here. Deburring. Okay. D-bird. Okay. Let's separate the parts of the lock for right now. And start the installation. Hook tool, latch side. On this side. Why are you being difficult with me? There we go. Yeah. Almost always on the latch side. Now, just notice I'm going to need to turn this to the other side, but not a problem. I'll show you. we got to disconnect these wires from where they go. So, green to green. That's the lockout button. Red and black goes to red and black. Red to battery button. What else do we have here? Orange to orange. And it's separated. No. You'll notice there's a whole bunch of wires over here. Probably don't need. Like that one. That one. These right here. Those probably are not used on the white to white. It says button, but I think that's a different button. This is for a power supply or something. Oh, external power supplies there. These aren't needed, I don't believe. Oh. And then this is the handle. That's red and black also. But it's all over there. We don't need... Oh, we don't need to disconnect that one. But we have to, because this all has to come through the door. Oh. How do we reverse the handing on this? I gotta get this over here. Is it as simple as this turning it? Turn the handle around. No. Yeah, that's it. You just take the handle off. Switch it around the other side. There it's field three-handed. Okay. What? That's saying I'm gonna put this through the door first. This part, because I don't have to hold all that up. But, so let's get started. Okay, let's start on the frame side to the door side, so frame side. Oh boy. What is going on here? Are these plates not lined up? Shouldn't have to do this. going on. Oh, this has to go through the door. You gotta make the latch. Okay. That's a start. Next thing is to put this plate to hold your lock body on with, but the wire has to come, depending on the handing, through here or here. It does say top, T-O-P. So kind of go like that. And these screws. These screws will go into the body. And the water has to be free. Now we're ready for the inside and outside parts. But wait, before we do that, probably have to, I guess it's the outside part needs to go on first. This says top also. Remember, we don't need to fish these. These need to go through the door. also taping them works, helps a little bit. And I mount this blade. It also tells you to wire this up into here. I have these two little brass screws. Horrible screw, horrible. I'll come back to that screw. Okay, let me take a break. Okay, so I hooked up this wire it doesn't push everything back in there. So I have 4 sets of wires to hook up. Oh, we're well on the way. Let me go to the next part. Okay, so here are 3 pairs of wires, and then this one here is for the battery. So we have those 3 and the battery. I'm gonna go into here. Got 2 through bolts to go in there. And we have 2 plates on the side there. So let's start knocking it up, putting it together. Wires are through. Two through bolts. Kind of always wise to get them started before screwing them shut. Uh-oh. Well, this happened last time. There's this threaded plate in there that's farther back. Probably when I tighten the screws down, I squeeze the door. Ah, there, it snapped in. Need to clamp it after all. I'd assume it's these 2 little screws here. Yes, I am. Gotta teach people how to do stuff. Yeah, I work with morons, so I gotta teach them how to do stuff. Huh? This is for the office staff. The principal's gonna keep her room. So, all the screws in. Time to go programming. Okay, time to start hooking up wires. Orange to orange. Orange to orange. Green. Green to green. Orange and black. Orange and black. Is that right? Yep. And black on the bottom, orange on top. Okay, there's that 3. One thing left to do is to put the battery in. So let's cut these out of the way. Gotta make enough room for the battery pack to go in there. Let's hold off on that for a minute. But it's gotta go in there, and it's kind of snug. I'm not quite sure which way it goes. We'll figure it out. Shall we? Who knows? Okay. Okay, we gotta take the marked cylinder that came with the lock. Take that out. Not sure what that's for. Not sure, but we'll figure that out. Probably not needed. Need to put that tailpiece on the cylinder key to the school. Remember, key's out, cylinder won't come apart. Try the key, make sure it works. I guess I'll put that back on if it fits. It fits. Don't know what it does. Does it hold the tailpiece straight? I don't know. Now, being that this is probably set up like a hotel function lock or a storeroom function lock, where it's locked all the time, you probably don't need to do the counterclockwise move. Let's see. Nope. It locks and unlocks in both directions. Okay, now the fun part, programming. So let's make a cheat sheet for that. Let's start on that next. Okay, let's start programming. It says to put the battery in. It should beep. Let's try it again. Do anything, just hold this down for 10 seconds. It says to put some grease on it. I guess I'll put this grease on it. Try this again. We should hear 3 beeps. 1, 2, 3. There we go. 1, 2, 3. All right. Then it says to hold the alarm lock button down. So it beeps a bunch of times. That erases anything that might have been programmed into it. Okay. Now I made a cheat sheet, and the factory code is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And it beeps, it works. And then I want to hit AL. Oh, AL till it beeps. Now, AL1A. No, something's screwing up here. From last time. So if it's not acting right, just unplug it. Okay, now let's start again. Punch in the master code. Hold this. The multiple beat light turns green. Then you go A1A. New master code. And then they ask her. Now the new code's in there. Now I'm going to go to the next. Oh, I made that cheat sheet. So I want to go A to A. User location number is 21. AL. Start. Okay. Now I'm gonna put my number in, so I can use it if I have to. Even though I know the master code, I'm gonna go A to A 22 A. I think if you hit this again. Okay. Let's see if that's working. Maybe I should read a little further. How do I exit? get back to you. Okay. It's working.
We will give you 2 cents. We will give you...
Let's kind of hide the battery now. That must be the way it goes. So when you're in here, you push the button, it locks the combination out. But as soon as you go out, it unlocks. I don't think this is needed. Haven't found a need for all this foam. But if you're gonna go here, much better, much better. So I got these teeny weeny little screws in a bad place to get to them. Wait. Maybe I can do my little Felipe tip for my multi-screwdriver one. That's going on pleasantly. Okay, let's now I'm going to hit the button, let it close. This is flashing, which means the keypad is not going to work. It's not going to work. These will time out after about, I don't know, 10 minutes or so. So I made some bypass keys so they can go in. And when it hits that button on the way out, and all you gotta do is reset it and do that. Now it's reset. Keypad works. Piece of cake. Another job well done. Getting better at these. I almost forgot. I gotta put the push plate back on. I gotta remount that. Okay. Well, I'll just remount it. I'll take a picture when it's done.